is 6:30. I'd like to call the September 8th council meeting to order, please. I'll ask the clerk to call the roll.
Mr. Chambers.
Here.
Mr. Mullins.
Here.
Mr. Reynolds.
Here.
Dr. Lee.
Here.
Miss Walden.
Here.
Miss Shinholster.
Here.
We have a quorum of members present. I'd like everyone to join me with a prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance. Lord, bless us as we gather today for this meeting. Guide our minds and hearts so that we will work for the good of our community. Teach us to be generous in our outlook, courageous in the face of difficulty, and wise in our decisions. Father, thank you for being our source of guidance. Amen. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You've all received copies of the minutes of the August 25th council meeting. Are there any corrections? Hearing none, do I have a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Second.
We've got a motion and a second. I'd ask the clerk to call the roll.
Mr. Chambers.
Aye.
Mr. Mullins.
Aye.
Mr. Reynolds.
Aye.
Dr. Lee.
Aye.
Miss Walden.
Aye.
Miss Shinholster.
Aye.
Motion carries. We don't have any old business on the agenda tonight, but we do have several first readings to be assigned to planning and zoning. I'll ask the clerk to read ordinance 01509-013 by caption.
This is to conduct the first reading of an ordinance amending the Land Development Code to rezone 620 North Clark Street, Baldwin County Tax Map M58, parcel 062 from CC to MR2. This property is currently owned by C.L. Gumby and will be sold to Prospect Starkville Group LLC in order to combine it with other properties to add green space, a leasing office, a small amenity package with a pool, and also add additional 9 to 12 beds.
I'll sign this ordinance to the Planning and Zoning Commission. I'll now ask the clerk to read ordinance 01509-014 by caption.
This is to conduct the first reading of an ordinance amending the Land Development Code to rezone 610 North Clark Street, Baldwin County Tax Map M58, parcel 063 from CC to MR2. This property is currently owned by C.L. Gumby and will be sold to Prospect Starkville Group LLC to combine it with other properties to add green space, a leasing office, a small amenity package with a pool, and also add an additional 9 to 12 beds.
I will assign that ordinance as well to the Planning and Zoning Commission. I'd like to ask the clerk to read ordinance 01509-015 by caption.
To conduct the first reading of an ordinance amending the Land Development Code to rezone approximately 1/4 acre from CC to MR2. The property is currently addressed as 441 West Charlton Street, Baldwin County Tax Map M58, parcel 057. This property is currently owned by Lorene and Lewis Johnson and will be sold to Prospect Starkville Group LLC in order to combine it with other properties to add green space, a leasing office, a small amenity package with a pool, and also add additional 9 to 12 beds.
I will assign the ordinance to the Planning and Zoning Commission as well. I will now ask the clerk to read ordinance 0159016 by caption.
Conduct the first reading of an ordinance amending the Land Development Code to rezone approximately 0.162 acres from CC to MR2. The property is currently addressed as 411 West Charlton Street, Baldwin County Tax Map M58, parcel 060. The property is currently owned by Sharon Jackson, executor, and will be sold to Prospect Starkville Group LLC in order to combine it with other properties to add green space, a leasing office, a small amenity package with a pool, and add an additional 9 to 12 beds.
I will also assign this ordinance to the Planning and Zoning Commission. Do you need a break?
Yes, sir.
I will ask the clerk to read ordinance 01509-017 by caption.
Conduct the first reading of an ordinance amending the charter to accept approximately 0.9625 acres of land into the corporate limits of the city of Milledgeville with a zoning of CC. The property is located at 108 Robertson Mill Road, tax map M52, parcel 006, and is presently owned by Halpern Properties, LLC.
That ordinance will also be assigned to the Planning and Zoning Commission. I will now ask the clerk to read the ordinance 01509-018 by caption.
Conduct the first reading of an ordinance amending the charter to accept approximately 2.4583 acres of land into the corporate limits of the city of Milledgeville with the zoning of CC Community Commercial. The property is located at 1982 North Columbia Street, tax map M52, parcel 011, and presently owned by Halpern Properties, LLC.
I will assign the ordinance to the Planning and Zoning Commission. The final first reading is an ordinance to establish the milling rate for the current fiscal year. I'll ask the clerk to read ordinance 01509-019 by caption.
An ordinance to levy and assess taxes for the support of the mayor and aldermen of the city of Milledgeville for the tax year 2015 and to provide for the collection of the same.
This is scheduled to come back to council at our September 22nd meeting. Having no further business to conduct, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye. All
Aye.
opposed? We adjourn.